Before we get started, a quick word from our sponsor, Community Financial's President CEO Tansley Stern podcast, Despite Impossible. Now on to the show.
Studio Lounge interviews brought to you by Q2, Investify, and Backbone.
Mike Lawson here with CU Broadcast. Welcome back to our continued coverage of Q2's Connect 2025 here in beautiful Austin, Texas. And in the Studio Lounge, look who we have here, Agent IQ's very own Matt Phipps. How are you, Matt?
I'm doing great, Mike.
Good
How
to
are
see
you?
I'm doing all right.
It's been a while. We haven't.
It's been decades, sir. Decades.
It feels like it.
Let me tell you.
It
does feel like it. Yeah, in fintech years, it does feel like decades for sure. So how are things going at Agent IQ? Just to give us a quick...
we are doing great. We're So we have been busy. It's been probably a year or two, probably since we have talked to you. But
at least,
growth has been going good.
Good.
We love being here at Q2. We're officially a reseller partner now.
Oh, right on.
So the partnership has been growing, and we're real excited about what that's blossoming out to be. And so I mean, give
us an elevator speech on Agent IQ for those one or two people out there who may not have heard of Agent IQ.
Absolutely. So Agent IQ, we are a digital relationship banking platform, and what we really do is we help empower that trust and that magic that you get in your branches to extend beyond those four walls. So all of those relationships that you really hold dear when people come in and you have that real connection, and I know Mike, and I know that he has 14-year-old twins, and I know all this stuff, and we pick up where we left off, and we have that conversation, and I find out things about you that I can help you with. When people don't come into the branches, that becomes very, very difficult to keep that going.
No doubt.
And so that's what we really try to help facilitate and continue into the digital channels.
Right on.
Yeah.
And some of the questions here, we have a whole list of them here for you. So what are some of the top challenges you guys are seeing today that credit unions are facing, especially in this realm? How you guys work?
We talk to a lot of credit unions all the time, and we find kind of really three main core things. As most, driving deposits. How do I get more deposits, keep those deposits in?
Especially the last couple of years when liquidity has been such an issue. Yeah, for sure.
100%. So how do I get those? How do I create more efficiencies, right? How do I do more with less? AI is starting to help out with a lot of that. So how can I do that? And then ultimately, how do I deepen those member relationships? Those are core. How do I keep them loyal, make sure that we're, keeping them happy and giving them a great experience?
Indeed. And so what is digital engagement, and how can credit unions create better digital engagement? And then second part of that is how does Agent IQ help make all of this happen?
That's a whopper question.
It is a whopper.
Well, look, digital engagement really is, how are your members connecting with you when they don't come into the branch? How are they using those digital channels?
Right.
And we feel that, digital engagement really can help solve a lot of those three challenges that I just mentioned. But there's different approaches to it. You can really take a transactional approach where I just want to be able to provide my members with a way when they have a problem to reach out, take care of that. They got a problem, I'll take care of that need, on to the next, move away. Right? That's one approach. The second approach maybe is a little bit more multimedia, like you want to be able to have a little bit more personal connection, a video chat, or maybe even have some AI in there that can help from an efficiency standpoint for both sides. But where we feel we really sit in is this relationship banking aspect. And that's really, again, connecting and making sure maybe there's a personal one-to-one connection with a member and an associate internally, or at least a way that can remain persistent. And from the relationship banking standpoint, there really kind of is some core components to that. I want to be able to have it personal, right? I don't want to feel like I'm just talking to, the credit union down the street.
Right.
I want to be able to know that I'm talking to Mike.
Oh, for sure.
Right? And Mike knows about me because we actually have a persistent relationship. So that persistency breeds, then we're not starting over from ground zero.
No doubt.
Right?
Oh my God, yeah, it's so frustrating.
It's annoying. And so then when you go, beyond that, why relationships really aren't one-sided. We all have relationships in our lives, and if we were only one-sided, it wouldn't work out.
It's not working. Yeah.
So having the ability to have bidirectional communication. In our case, we're actually able to do push notifications connected here with Q2. We're integrated with Q2 with plenty others as well, but we can send push notifications right through that. And it really has to be a benefit and a profitability for both the credit union and for the member itself, so that they're better off than where they were. So that's where relationships really
well, and doesn't the digital part of it, the digital engagement, that's kind of like, I don't want to say it's the hook, but that's part of it. And then however sticky you make that keeps them coming back to that. And then if they have something more complicated, something more challenging, they can go into the branch and take care of it in a face-to-face environment. So is that kind of what we're getting at here?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, look, we're not trying to over glamorize what we do. We know at the end of the day we're a tool.
Yeah.
Credit unions and the connections that their staff have with their members is what's core, right? And so having that, we just help you extend that. And that digital engagement makes sure that you can do whatever you were doing when they come into the branch. Let me make it easy so that members can do it on their terms.
Sure,
when and where they want to do.
Exactly.
Meet them where they are, right?
All omni-channel thing for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's clarify, or let's paint a picture here or illustrate this. Can you share any success stories from credit unions who have done this pretty well?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we have a client who's a small little $200 million credit union, and they would use kind of that proactive outreach and do push notifications and just say, hey, Mike, just checking in, seeing how you're doing. We have a great auto loan rates going on right now. Just in case you're interested, we want to let you know. And you know what? One internal associate had within 48 hours had $160,000 worth of auto loans, instantly. But what was even more fascinating is beyond that, all the ones that said, no, you know what, I'm not interested in auto loan. But you know what? I am interested in X. I am interested in this. And that's where the conversations get to flourish. An opportunity for growth really emerges. From an efficiency standpoint, AI is able to take care of all those mundane things, those simple things. What's your routing number? What are the branch hours? Or, I lost my debit card. What do I do? Why not use AI to actually help that? And we've seen somebody like Stanford Federal Credit Union, one of our clients as well, they were able to reduce their overnight call center by 70% in the first 2 months. Yeah,
really?
70%. And then they have AI ongoing being able to handle 80% of their incoming chats. So
let's follow up on that story, because I would love to have you and them come on the show and do a deeper dive on that one. That would be a lot of fun. And then speaking of what's going on here, any highlights from the conference here as well, or anything, or highlights and or expectations?
It's been interesting. Fraud is probably the biggest buzzword nowadays. And what are people doing about that? So it's been interesting to kind of look around and hear what people are talking about. Again, Stanford, another little thing. And they're talking to somebody and something seems fishy. They said, well, why don't we just pop on a quick video chat? And right there, seamlessly, they're able to do that. And they ended up doing that multiple times throughout a day and combating fraud. So
isn't that awesome?
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty awesome to say what can be done.
I know.
Especially remotely. So good stuff. All right, man. Well, anything else here to add to wrap up here before I unleash you onto the rest of the show today?
I'm ready to get back out there.
Oh, good. Well, as well you should.
All right,
Matt. Thank you so much. Appreciate the time as always. Keep up the good work there at Agent IQ, and look forward to having you guys come back on.
Beautiful.
Studio Lounge interviews brought to you by Q2, Investify, and Backbone.
A quick word from our sponsor, Community Financial's President CEO Tansley Stearns' new podcast, Despite Impossible.